video, I'm going to cover the difference between tarot cards and oracle cards. Ultimately, they serve the same purpose. They are both tools for self-discovery, spiritual growth, transformation, and divination. The reason people have such a hard time distinguishing the two is because the differences are quite subtle. So in this video, I'm going to show you where these differences become more apparent. So it's all about the framework or design of the cards. The tarot deck has 78 cards, 22 major arcana that follow the major influences or archetypes we are working through, and 56 minor arcana that illustrate the mundane trials and tribulations, small victories and defeats within everyday life. Tarot follows a universal structure, incorporating astrology, numerology, and ancient symbolism all into the mix. With that being said, it is possible to find oracles that have numerology and astrology as well, but generally speaking, you will find this in oracles that are specifically based on numerology or astrology. Most oracles basically just mirror a character for you. They encourage you to see yourself within the deity or character and learn more about yourself or the situation. When you are working with an oracle deck, if you see a bee come up and you are intending to tell the client what exact time of year this person will meet Mr. Right, and exactly what month and what sign he is, you may be disappointed and be left giving a vague answer, as oracle decks are not designed for these types of questions. For instance, we have two oracle decks over here. The first is a fairy oracle, and the second is a medicine card deck. If I were to ask, when will I get a raise at work? And I pull a card from the fairy oracle, let's say I pull the Glancaner, notice there is a number at the top. This number is meant more so for reference in the book, and not so much about the numerological meaning of 62, which gets boiled down to 8. So back to the question, when will I get a raise? Most oracle decks are not designed to give specific dates and timelines. They can, however, give you what I like to call emotional timelines. An emotional timeline, it will give you a sense of what you're going through around the time of movement of this issue, how you'll be feeling, or what challenges you will face. So let's examine the card. This card is all about deceit, illusion, lust, projection, and vanity. Sometimes we want something so bad that we can project realities to try to convince us that this is good for us. So there's a lack of clarity here, and the person is seeing what they want to see. The card calls for truth and clarity. It's time to confront the deceit. Perhaps your boss was never planning on giving you a raise, or perhaps realistically, you are not due to gain one. What projections are being cast here? You got to figure it out. What is the truth of the situation? You will not be getting a raise until the distorted reality becomes truthful and clear. See it for what it is. So until these issues are confronted and transformed, there is no raise. Let's ask the same question with the medicine card deck. When will I receive a raise? 28, the armadillo. Once again, will you be able to tell the person May 3rd you will receive a substantial raise? No. Just like the fairy deck, this oracle divines emotional timelines. This speaks to your position in the situation. The armadillo is showing you that there is a problem with boundaries. If you've received this card upright, it is telling you you need to perform, just kind of give yourself a protective shell around you and let people know you're not a doormat. If it's in the reverse position or upside down, the card tells you to let down your intimidating exterior and let others in. So for the purpose of this question, we will read the upright position. When will I get a raise? You will not be receiving a raise until you put your foot down and show your management that you deserve the extra money. This means confronting the situation and expressing your worth with confidence. Until you have done so, there will be no raise. So let's compare the oracle kind of answers to the tarot. So with the tarot, when will I receive a raise? Pulling the Three of Cups, we must first understand that there are 4 suits in the tarot: wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. Cups are a passive element. They represent intuition, feelings, and emotional fulfillment. And they also represent summertime. So if the client is asking this in the winter, we know that they will not be receiving the raise for quite some time. Alternatively, if the client is asking this question in spring, the raise is really right around the corner. With the 3 pictured here, we know it will be around the 3rd week of summer. We are able to receive a clear timeline right away, as the tarot has been designed for these kinds of questions. The card will also give us context for the energy around the raise. We see a celebration between three people. With a pumpkin in the bottom, we understand that the harvest has not yet arrived because the pumpkin is still growing. So do not count your chickens before they hatch. You must continue to work for this raise. Do not let yourself get carried away with social events, and make sure you're on your best behaviors at staff parties. Keep your identity separate from the group. Know how to separate work from play. This is the key to this raise. By now you may have noticed that it's all about choosing the right tool for the job. Find out what kind of answers you're looking for and how much time you're willing to devote to learning to read the cards. Make sure the type of answers you seek can be answered by the deck you've chosen. This is where intuition comes into play. If you are having a hard time finding your answers, it's time to search within. If you start to develop your natural intuition, you can fill in any blanks that the cards leave you with. At this point, it comes down to preference. Are you looking to work within a deep structure for divination, or are you looking for a more open and fluid answer? My advice is to do whatever feels right to you. Learn Oracle, learn Tarot, or learn both. It's up to you. I hope this video has helped you in some way. If you're interested in learning more about the major and minor arcana, or the journey of the Fool in Tarot, see the links below.